All right, welcome back. This is now another part of Tomb Raider 2013 mod. So, are you ready for this? Now, the last time was that I got away from an area which was called something. I can't remember from the top of my head just yet. But also, in the middle of my last recording I did, we met Roth once again. But we didn't meet him once at all. But we did see him in some couple recordings of Lara's video recorder that she has. And I end up in the mountain village, which is where we are at the moment. And Roth was in a camp over here. And he was shooting at some wolves. And we met him over by some wolves. And he said about the wolves that took his bag with a health kit in there, as well as a signal thing that Lara had, that Roth told her about. And so Lara had a little walk with him, and slowly but surely he passed out. And so when he passed out, Lara dragged him back into the little hut he was in to stay out of the rain, which is exactly what she did. And also we went to the wolves that had the health pack that was over here somewhere, and we was over there to go and grab hold of it. And so we did, and got Roth to have his leg bandaged up together in one piece. And after the chat was done, he came back alive, and once he had a little chat with her about saying, "Nice work, you got it," which was part of a signal thing that you're going to have to do soon. As well as when I went to move on, I went over towards a tomb, which is this thing right in here, which is the shape of a symbol of someone's something. I don't know precisely what to say, what it is exactly, but I'll get to it soon. So we went in there to go to a tomb that is right with a camp right here. And also at the very end of it would allow me to grab a map. And also when I opened up a box, which is a big box of part of your tomb. Now let me explain that to you in a minute. On the right hand side of the screen, you'll see a part of Mountain Village writing of the place that you're at. And also I'll be saying 12% complete, as well as some list of things below the 12% on the right side of my screen, which allows you to find specific things. Now, the first one I'm going to read is camps, and you're going to have to find 5 of them. Now, with camps, some of them might look like a campfire symbol if you go to your map, which is what this is at the minute. There's a great big map of the mountain village. So you might find a camp like that, or you might find a camp that will look like a tent symbol like this on the map right here. So you'll find camps looking like either one of those two. Okay, so like I said, there's 5 of those in Mountain Village. The next one down is documents, and they're basically like books that you're trying to find. And you're going to have to find 7 of them in the Mountain Village. Next one down is shape of a specific thing in a minute. But you're going to have to find 6 sets of relics. Now, relics are in boxes that you're going to have to find of a thing that's inside a box. But I'm going to show you that a relic is looking like a whiskey glass or wine glass that you'll be able to find, because if you go to your tomb and you completed it, which I'm going to say that I did, and when I completed it, it gave me 1,250 salvage. No, XP. Sorry, thinking too far ahead. So yeah, when I completed the tomb, it gave me 1,250 for my skill points to be boosted up a little bit. And I shall try and move my system on my map for you to see. On the bottom left hand side of the screen, it will say 2 skill points, which is basically for your upgrades of whatever skill you want to use, basically. And the next one down is below that on the left hand side, which is salvage. Basically allows you to use your upgrades on your weapons, which is what I meant, but thought too far ahead. Right, now back to the right hand side of the screen with the things that's got to be found, with Mountain Village that's written down. The next one down by the relics is you're going to have to find 15 of the GPS caches. Now, they are shape of a lock pick that's right over here. Now, also there was another one that's down here that I picked up. Now, you're going to have to pick up every single one of them in every map. Now, what I mean by that is that, as you can see, there's a couple of bright ones right here in this big flicking thing. Now, this is an island, which is what it looks like. And as you can see, there's a fair load of dark bits around here. These are very, very dark. Now that means that if you look at the right hand side of the screen, again, it will say location unknown. So when you're in a new area or any area that you've been in before or haven't got quite towards yet, the colour of the island will go white or grey colour instead of being really dark. And what it will do is to show you the places you've been in and different pictures of your different pictures of the areas you've been in with different things you're going to have to find. But I'm not going to go too far with these things right now because we're going back in here. Now the way I've done that is L2 and R2. So R2 brings it in, L2 to bring it out. Alright, so the GPS caches allows you to grab something that's quite nice, which is if you grab every single one of those in every map, as I said, that you'll get Lara to say, aha! It's exactly the same with Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 of the PS2 version games that's around, or just on the PS1. But it was basically on PS1. It was made in the olden days, in the 1980s, something like that, somewhere around that period of time. Even though I bought it ages and ages ago on the PS2, and I thought, I'll tell you what, my dad's been playing it a load of times. I thought, that's quite interesting. yeah, Mayo just building up a bit, and I thought, yeah, I'll have a good crack at that at Tomb Raider 1 and start with that and see how we get on. And when I did get quite a distance of it, I died a couple of times. Oh, uh-oh. Right. Load up the game in the book of the game itself that allows you to do that, and load the save up. And when I did, the memory cards couldn't work very well, so it says, screw you, start all over again. So you had all that problems with the memory cards with the old Tomb Raider games. And eventually, in 2024, we had Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 remastered, as in all the Tomb Raider games that was made in the olden days. They've remade it to go on the PS4, PS5, Xbox, and you can just play them again, as well as with your Nintendo Plus, I'm pretty sure it's called, but I can continue for now, because on the right hand side, next one down below the GPSs, you've got tombs, and you've got to do 2 of them, which I've already done 1 of those. Now when you complete 1 of those tombs, you will be able to find some items that has been hidden in the island. And now the ones that's quite bright, that's around this bit here, these are the ones that allows you to find them easier. Okay, but when you pick up some of them, like this map right here that's pointing over it, and when you complete a tomb, it'll allow you to find them easier with all the ones that are bright, as well as when you do pick up one of the GPSs or a document or a relic, they'll go dark, very, very dark, instead of the bright grey ones. Alright, so that's what the tombs do. They also do something else, but I'm going to go into that soon. Next one down is a challenge, which is to do with doing 10 of something. On my last recording, I would have showed you exactly what I'm on about, but I'm going to show you again soon what that's all about. And the next one down is to do with eggs. Now you're going to have to find eggs, and you're going to have to find 5 of them things. Alright, so that's what that's all about. So now we're going to move on. So this is where the tomb is, and I got all the way up here and open that box, as well as with my pistol I've got, as well as my bow. If you've been watching all my video recordings and other things, you would know exactly what I meant. Right, so now we're going to zip our way down by pressing that X. Same thing, you can press the A button. And do some couple of jumps like that. And also, if I can find a camp or a, yep. Right, now with a camp, I said about one will look like a that would look like a campfire, which is what one of these things are. Alright, now with these, you'll find some skills, points to use, as well as some salvage. Now with the other one, which is like a tent, that will allow you to find your salvage, your skill points, and a fast travel. And that means you can fast travel back into different areas you've already been in, with missing a couple of things that you've missed, if you're really desperate to get hold of. Now the skills I'm on, last time I used one of them. Now if you look at the bottom corner, in the middle of the bottom bit, is you'll find a shape of a mountain, and another one would be a head symbol. Now the last time, on my last recording, I used another one, which was this one right here, which allows me to grab some salvage from animals. And also, like I said, with the salvage, that you'd be able to use your upgrades on your weapons. Now, also on the bottom, in the middle of the left-hand corner, which was said, buy 4 more skills to unlock some more. Alright, which is basically these ones that are locked. Alright, but I'm not going to read those at the moment, because I'm going to push L1, as well as you can use R1 if you want, to switch the head symbol to the mountain symbol, instead of keep going back by pressing that circle or B to keep switching it over and over. Alright, and also with these ones there's a fair few more, but there is 8 of those in this one, but those are all are automatically locked, so you've only got 2 that are unlocked for you to select. But on the other one, which is the mountain, allows you to use 5 to select whichever ones you want, and the other 4 are locked, so you get 9 for this lot, and you get 8 of this lot in those 2 bits. Now I'm going to read these ones out. Now with the head, now the ones that's locked I'm not going to read, but the ones that are locked I will explain. Now the first one on this set, with 8 of them, this one that is on the bottom corner, that you can see a little thing with a little line above the symbol and a line below it, which allows you to go through whichever ones you want or which ones you're desperately after. But this one is basically allows you to give yourself some more time with your bow. Now that means basically if you're trying to aim at a deer or a wolf and you're holding L2 and R2 pushed in, and you're just trying to find the accuracy to aim right at the deer or the wolf, and the wolf or deer tries to stay still for a few seconds when you're just about to try and get their accuracy ready to be pointed right at where you want to hit it with your arrow. And I'm going to say you got 10 seconds for example, and you've held that L2 and R2 for about 2 seconds, and you're trying to get towards the deer or wolf, and another 4 seconds has gone down and you're ready to fire it, and the deer decides to flick and run away, and you still got an extra 4 seconds still ticking down to try and track it down where it bloody ran off to, and the time goes to 0. The arrow will go ping, and then an arrow's just been wasted. Alright, so you might want to use this one to give you some more time instead of 10 seconds, but I'm not sure if that's 10 seconds is accurate if you haven't used this one already. Alright, but I was just saying that number for example, okay? Right, next one along, which is your ammo capacity. Now, with your pistol and the bow that I've got, with the bow you'll have 20 arrows, and with the pistol you'll have 50. Now with this ammo capacity allows you to grab more. Alright, instead of having 10 arrows, when you select this one you might get 30 arrows, and the next one for your pistol you might, instead of having 50 you might get 75 or something like that. Alright, so that's what those 2 are. As I said before, that this one is your salvage for your animals. Okay, and so if you're a first time player and you've never selected this one, then you won't be getting no salvage whatsoever. Alright, so you might want to select this one to get some salvage from animals when you kill them. Alright, it's exactly the same for me because I've played it a load of times and it still doesn't give me salvage when I haven't even selected this one. Alright, Now the next one along on the right hand side, which is basically for your arrows. Now, when you are a first time player again, even though I've played it a load of times, that's if you're a first time player and you have 10 arrows to start off with, and you fire about 4 arrows at a deer, and it's dead, and you haven't selected this one already, then you won't grab your arrows back from your deer. Alright, so if you've played it a load of times and you have killed your deers, you'll be able to grab your arrows of how many it wants to give you. Even if you fire 4 of them, it might just want to give you 2 instead of all of them, basically. As well as some couple of arrows that will be lurking about in certain areas where you can just pick them up yourself, and they're just basically sets for you can use if you wish. But also, if you select this one and you fired 4 arrows to kill a deer, you might grab 3 of them, you might grab 2, or you might grab them all back into your sets of 20 arrows you can carry straight away at the moment in time. So you might want to use that. The next one along, which is not this one right here that I've read out, which is your salvage with your animals. So the next one on the left is basically some more salvage, but this one is about big boxes which are silver, as well as some small boxes that are yellow or orange. So when you select this one, you'll grab more salvage than you can grab hold of. Alright, so that's what that one's for. On the left again, with the salvage that I picked up, which is this one, again, with the animals, it has a tick on it. So now, with the ones that hasn't got ticks on, they are free for you to use on your skill points of how many you've got left. Alright, so with this one, which has got a tick on it, which is basically allows you to grab some XP for your plants or your animals you kill. Alright, so if you don't select this one with the plants, when you pick the plants up, you might get 5 or 10. I'm pretty sure it's 5. So if you pick this one with your plant that you pick up with getting your one for this one that's been ticked, then you'll grab 10, or you might get 20 for your plants. And with your animals, like the wolves, you might get 10, and you select this one, then you'll get 30 for your wolves. And with the deers, if you haven't selected this one, you might get 20. And if you selected this one for the deers, you can get 50. I can't remember from the top of my head exactly how it goes, but it goes like that. Alright, the last one for this set of the only ones I've got to go through, which has got a tick on it as well, which allows you to find things even easier. Now, what I mean by that is that it doesn't go on your map, but it goes to the items you're going to find. Alright, so if you're trying to find a plant, or try and find a salvage crate for you to get some more salvage with your weapons, then you can just select that and just push L1 to find it wherever it's lurking about. Alright, so it's exactly the same with your plants or your animals, wherever they're running away from or hiding. Basically, you just select that and then just push the L1 to allow you to find it, basically. And also with the salvage, oh, he was just about to fall asleep, so I'm not allowing that. You wouldn't want that either, would you? So previously I grabbed a bow and a pistol and an axe, but it wasn't an axe exactly, because on my last recording I grabbed a decent axe from Roth, which looks like this now. How about that? Looks much better. much more better, as well as more deadlier. Now on the left hand side, you'll find a number saying 510, which is basically your number of how much salvage you've already got. All right. Now below the 500, that this axe now is called a climbing axe for you to use. All right. So that's what Roth's given you. So you'll have that. Now I'm going to push L1 to move to the pistol, which what you would have completely on the last recording I did, which you'll end up with, as well as the bow, even though it's not supposed to look like this right now, because at the bottom on the screen again allows you to see different things you can do with it. So if you look at the bow at the minute, as you can see, it looks like a bit of wood at the moment, but when I move L3 towards the left, you can see a bit of white in there. So basically that's what those two do at the bottom of the screen, where it will say 0 out of 2 complete, which basically is your upgrades you can do with your bow. Alright, and also with the pistol, they are got a few more upgrades on there than the bow, because it's got 5 on there. And also with the pistol, it is an SEMI automatic pistol. Now below that writing of that gun, it allows you to find 3 parts of that pistol to be upgraded, and with the bow it's going to want you to find 2 bow parts for it. Alright, now we go back to the pistol again. Now if you look on the right hand side of the screen, you'll find a certain number which will say 450 on it, as well as it's green. Now when it's green, it says you can pay for it, because on the left hand side it will say 510, which is exactly what you've got, as well as on the right hand side where I said it was 450, which is what it's going to take off you basically. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically read these out and explain to you at the bottom and the middle of the screen, which is the one that I'm on, with a little line above the 3 sets of something. Now, so every time, like I said, when you're using your skill points, you want to make sure you've got a line below or around the object of whatever it is. Alright, right, so now this pistol, which is the one I'm on, which is your first one, that's £450 that's worth. Now this one I'm on, which allows you to push R1 in. Now with the R1 button, if you pay for 450 for this bloody thing, instead of having that, you'll get like that, as in 3 bullets that can be fired at basically anything. Basically, if you want to shoot it at a tree or something, I don't know, then it'll fire 3 bullets in one instead of just 1 bullet. Alright, but like I say, it's 450, so you want to be very careful. Now the next one along on the right hand side, which is basically green again on the right hand side as well as on the left hand side of the screen, with 2 different sets of numbers. Now on the right, with this thing now that I'm on, now this allows you to have 10 rounds. Now what I mean by that is that the bullets that you carry, which is only 8 at the moment that you can only fire with L2 and R2. But L2 is the accuracy to be aimed at whatever you want to aim at, and R2 is just to fire it, exactly with a bow, as well as on Rise of the Tomb Raider I've done. Now, with this one, with the one that I'm on, allows you to fire 18 bullets instead of just 8 bullets if you want. Alright, but also it's going to cost you 200 basically from your salvage that you've already got, even though I've got 500. Alright, 510. I was going to say the extra 10, but I didn't. So this one allows you to have some more bullets in your gun. Now the next one along, excuse me. Right, now this is about damage. Okay, so basically what it's going to do is I'm going to use, for example, that I'm going to use my fist, for example. Right, now if you haven't selected it, then when you fire the gun, and if you just push your fist towards your cheek, you don't really feel a lot of pain. Alright, as well as if you paid for it, which is for 200 quid, and you selected it and paid for it, then the damage of the force of the bullet, so same thing again. If you go to the gym and your muscles are getting really stronger than usual, and you want to give someone a bit of a punch in the chest, and you'll have a bit more. And if you go to gym a lot more, and you get even stronger force to go into the gun. So it's basically the strength of the bullet. So basically it's just like punching someone in the chest or somewhere. And when you pay for it, instead of doing a little bit of push punch on your chest, then you'll feel a little bit less pain. And if you select this one, it allows you to give you some more for it. And of course the next one along, which is locked, which is on the right hand side now, as you can see that it is gone grey, as well as the one on the left hand side with 510 on there. So the reason why it's gone grey is because that you're going to need to do first is pay for this one, which is 200 quid. Okay, so you're going to need to pay for this one first before you can pay for this one, which basically if you pay for 210 for 200 and you've got 510 like I have, and you pay 200, you'll still have 310, and basically you still wouldn't have enough because you got 210. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, so if you pay 200 and you've got 510, you're paying 200, and you'll have 310 left, and you'll still have plenty to pay 250 with if you want to pay for that 200 straight away for your salvage. And so you'll have just basically a nice certain number with 60 written on it. And the last of all is allows you to give some more rate of fire. Now what I mean by that, like I use my hands again for example, and you haven't paid for it, you'll get that sort of force from the bullet, or just the gun that says bang, and you paid for it, you'll get that sort of thing. So it's basically didn't pay for it, bang, that's all you're getting. And if you paid for it, bang, you'll get that. But the trouble is, it's 300 quid. So this one still allows you to use L2 and R2 to push it. Alright, but with the other one, which is R1, for you to push it. Alright, so that's those. And the bow itself, with this one I'm on at the moment, allows you to fire your arrows. So with L2 and R2, when you hold L2 and you've paid for this one, right, so I'm going to use a certain sound for this. Right, so if you haven't paid for it, to start off with the arrow, and you push L2 and R2, you might get ping, like that. And also, if you paid for it, and your arrow will go ping when you're just pushing R2 once with your L2 pushed in already. Okay, so if you pay for it, instead of getting ping when you're pushing L2 and R2 in once, but make sure you hold L2 first and then push R2 to make it go ping. So if you select it and you hold L2, what you can do is just keep pushing R2 in and out, in and out, in and out. So it go ping, 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 ping all the time. Alright, so that's what that does. But that's worth 200 quid. Alright, so the next one, which is allows the string, instead of getting Lara to keep pulling all the way back as far as you can without snapping it, which is what you can do, especially if it's made out of wood. And if you pull it really back, really far back with your muscles, you're quite strong. Like for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he's going to the gym in America, and he's got strong muscles and big flicking muscles indeed. And possibly when you pull the string back without selecting this one, Lara might not be able to do a lot of force for the arrow to try and kill some wolves or a deer. So you might want to select this for some damage instead of having it looking a little bit like this at the minute. Alright, so that's what it will look like at the minute. But when you select this one, you'll have this bit of white around it. But that's going to cost you 250. So you want to be very, very careful. Alright. Right, so now we are moving on. Because we are coming out of this camp right here. I'll make sure I'm going the right way. Alright. Okay. So you'll have Lara to do this automatically. So don't worry about pushing any buttons. Apart from, you won't use L3 to walk further down because Lara has to do that first. So make sure you push L3 up so Lara can walk with that nice stick so she can see in the dark. Because trust me, you need a torch or something if you're in a great big dark area like this. As well as if you're in your house and you haven't got no electricity with light bulbs around your house, then you might need to find a torch or a phone where you can get your phone to use a bit of light so you can just walk around, which is quite handy, even though phones got technology that can just drive your head nuts sometimes with your parents when you're on it 24/7. But I'm not too sure if that's true, that you do that. But, well, you can't see between closed doors, can you? Apart from you can hear some pissing down rain and thunder around here. Right, so you want to come across the bridge. Also, we've got some stony, gravelly bits right here. Now, if you want to get rid of your torch, you can use your bow to get it disappeared by pushing up D-pad, just like that, so it goes away. Because you're going to need it. But also, you want to press the square or X for Lara to use that sharp axe slammed into the stony bit there that Roth gave you. And just keep L3 pushed up. and push R3 towards the right a bit so you can move the camera. And push it up. And also, you can hear some sounds changing a little bit. That means trouble ahead. Okay, so try not to worry. Right, so what you want to do is press X and square as well as L3 up together in time, or either press the A or X with L3 nozzle pushed up. So push both, either one of those two that you're on, whichever console, and push that R3 up just straight away. As you can hear some guys yelling around the Raven. There's one up there. There's two over there. Right, what you want to do is use L3 and leave yourself right here. Just wait for this guy to bugger off, and you'll find another two over there. Okay, so wait for him to bugger off. Right, get your bow. Right, as you can see, that guy there. Also, you want to stay down as possible by making sure you don't touch any buttons. Okay, but you have to use L2 first with your bow. As I said, there's a guy here and another guy freaking somewhere. So what you want to do is alert this guy and fire an arrow over here by pushing L2 first and keep that N and push R2. Right, there's that guy over there, look. So you can take him out. Oh, shit. That's that guy. Oh, shit. Might as well use my pistol for this. That guy's got explosives there. Ouch. Ow. Sod off. Ow. Ow. Nice. Absolutely nice. Right, while I'm doing this is pressing the A button. X button, and I freaking died. Well, that wasn't planned at all. That was shit. What do you reckon? Right, so same again. Push those two buttons in with L3 pushed up if you've not died already, like I freaking did. Made a disaster showing how to fluff up like that. Right, so stay down here and wait. There's some arrows down here if you want them. But what I did do wrong was alert one of these two to go somewhere else without the other one being fired at and hitting nobody. Right, so, like I say, fire one over there or somewhere. Wait for him to bugger off. Go for him. Oh, take him out. Hop straight over here. Like that. That's how I should have done it. But oh well. Right. Then this guy right here, take him out. And also there was, I'm pretty sure there was 2 sets of 15 XPs from this guy and that guy. But sorry I couldn't read those out quick enough because I was too far concentrating on the people than freaking looking at anywhere else. Also, you'll find a chicken. You can kick him if you want by pressing the triangle on Y. Okay. Is he dead? Or is he buggered off? Never mind. No, he's not. There you go. I killed him. And he's gone in the water. How rude. But also, you can pick up salvage from that one. It's going to be 5 salvage and 10 XP or something. So like I said, with the salvage I used on the skill point I used for salvage last time, that's what that does. Right, also you can find a guy that's dead in here that I killed, which will give me 1 bullet and 11 salvage. Also you'll find a document right here. This is a book, which has given me 25 XP. And also you can make the speeches stop talking by pressing the triangle or white to make it go pause, or you could just press circle or B to say back and make this pop up, as well as push the circle or B again to get rid of all this. And there's 25 XP there. And a salvage box right there. Now with the skill point I used, which was on about L1, which allows you to find the objects that's turned yellow. Where's your arrows down here? Alright. Also you can find a couple of those if you want them. If you find those there, just give me 5 of them. And also you can climb on top of this roof, which will find a GPS, which give me a nice 5 XP right there. And you can just hop down and just get light to drop down on top of there and over here. Now also you'll find a salvage crate in the net over there. You can also burn that down if you want. Also I'm going to pick up something from this guy, which give me 3 arrows. Just 3 arrows. How cool. Another 3 arrows from this guy, and he's given me 20 salvage, which has took me up to 540 I think. Also this box right here, that doesn't do your this doesn't give your salvage. Okay, this one doesn't do that. So if you find an orange, it will just give you XP, even though it's giving me 20. How about that? Right. Also a bit of white paint here down here for you to say I can climb up here. It's exactly Rise of the Tomb Raider what I did to allow you to do that. Also you can hop straight on top of this box right here, where you can press the A or X to hop on top of this roof, where you'll find a set of eggs, which is going to be 10 XP. So that means you're going to have to find 5 of them eggs. Okay. Also you can jump straight down it, where you'll find one of these. Alright. I'll get to that in a minute. Also you can walk straight across the log right here and hop straight over it and hop on top of it. And also you can get your stick back again to be lit up, and also you can burn these to get your salvage crates out from. Alright, so you can do that. Right, also you can hop straight back over and come across the bridge, where you can light this up with 10 XP. Now that is your challenge. You're going to have to burn or light 10 of those up. Alright, so that's what that's for. And also you'll find a relic in a box.
A kind of mortar and pestle, probably used for preparing medicinal herbs.
And with that relic in that box, that gave me 25 XP. Now, this time, with this relic that I've opened up in the box, it shows you a picture of something, as well as it shows you something on the left hand side, which allows you to see a magnifying glass symbol on it. Now that means you have to turn your R3 nozzle to move the object around towards a certain spot. Now push it towards the left hand side. As you can hear my controller making a vibration sound, which means you're saying you're really close towards it. Alright, so that's how you can tell when you're close to finding the object that allows you to point the camera in the right place, which is basically down here.
Small bone fragments in the mortar well.
For Lara to read it.
Animal bones.
Okay, and also that's giving me 10 XP on the left hand side of my screen, so now you can press the B or circle to skip it. But also some relics will not allow the magnifying glass to pop up on the left side of the screen at times when you play it. Alright, so it doesn't involve you turning the object around even though you can turn it around if you want to have a proper look at it and what it looks like. Alright. Okay, so that is that. Done and dusted. Now you can hop straight back over and come across, or hop across this thing if you want. Also with your stick, you could burn the salvage crate that's at the far back over there somewhere. But there's a specific reason why I left that. But you can pick it up if you want, it's up to you. Another salvage crate right here if you want it. I'm going to leave that. Right, also, small gravelly stony bits right here, where you have to press that A or X, as well as your L3 pushed up as well. Even though I'm going to have to push press X and square with the R3 nozzle. And push it up, and Laura will climb up this thing. And again, same buttons, whichever console you're using, with the L3 included. Now, this is going to break. Doesn't look steady to me, does it? So what you want to do, push L3 up and keep it there, and wait until you can press the X and square, or either the A or X with the L3 pushed up. So you want to keep that L3 up and push one of those two buttons in together. So I'll use the axe and smacks it into the stony gravelly bit right there. So they can climb up.
Lara, are you there?
Where you'll hear Reyes talking. And 100 XP boosted right up there.
Hi, Sam.
We're still on the trail.
I'm going to try and send an SOS from an old radio tower up here. Any tips?
Hey, Laura. You're gonna need
And
to
Alex
find
talking right there
communications
on the
console.
phone.
It'll look like a bunch
Or
of old
speaker.
switchboards.
Oh, it says a speaker.
I'll let you know when I find it.
Right then. Now then. So that 100 XP is boosted up straight on my skill point. Even though it hasn't given me a skill point just yet. But yes, you need your XPs to boost it up to your skill points go even higher. Alright. Okay, so a bit of string, tied up something where you can press the A or X and press B or circle straight away because there's a couple of guys around it. We can use a boat, L2 first, and R2. And that guy wanted to sling that at me, how rude. Oh, freaking out a bit. And the triangle or Y can pop up. Ow! Now, with the arrows, you can keep the L2 pushed in with R2 with it, and allow Lara to fire arrows a bit more stronger to kill someone with, instead of wasting a fair load of them. Like I am just now, there was one there. See, with the time that's with the string now, see it's shaking around all over the place? It's because I was holding it far too long. Alright, so like I said with the skill point, you can use that to give you some more time to keep trying to get it actually bang on. Alright, also got a 10 XP to kill the guy that was over here somewhere, I think. Or was it him over there? Yep. Now if you look at the right hand side, I had a certain number, but now it's gone red, which has got a number 4 on it. So whenever you see a red around whatever weapon you're using, and when you see it, you're running out. You're running out. Yeah, I can see that. So you might want to pick up some more, or hopefully the people will give it to you. But they're all random. Alright, so this guy is going to give me 4 arrows and 17 salvage. And also, like I said, when I was dealing with fighting some couple of guys earlier, I couldn't read the XP to boost up, so I was trying to concentrate. So sorry about that again. Still, some more arrows if you want to grab all of them, which I'm going to do. Which give me 5 of them on the right hand side screen there. This guy is going to give me 3 bullets and 19 salvage. How cool is that? And another guy down here that had an explosive and tried to freaking kill me, or whatever he's trying to do. But he's given me 3 arrows, which is now giving me 16 arrows. Also, like I said, you can burn this thing down if you want, which I'm going to do. So I can get some more salvage from the crate, whatever it wants to give me. But also, I haven't shown you the other crates yet. But yes, so the crates will look like that, and the other ones will be a bit more rectangle than a square box like that. Right, so now you push the L3 up, and so I can crawl straight through this thing.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And also, I have 50 bullets on the top right corner, which is your maximum number you can carry at the moment. And also, what I did do is push the square button to reload, which I should have done to show you what it does. As well as you saw on the top right corner when I pushed it, the bottom bit below the 50 number is basically your cylinder that the bullets can be sitting in at the moment. Alright, so when you're pushing R2 with your L2 being pushed in, that bit of white that surrounds the numbers will disappear. So make it go grey instead of staying white. Alright, so when they go grey, that means you're going down in the cylinder. So like I said, with the number of the white bits, so say like with the big hands, with mine saying a clock, for example, that the bottom one, at the very bottom below the 0, which I'm going to say that's the big hand, which is pointing towards the 6, and the little hand is going to point towards the 8. So say it's 8:30. So basically allows you to carry 8 bullets. Alright, so 8 bullets is in your cylinder at the moment. Also, you'll find some birds flying away and some rats around the place. And also, Laura's got a camp, and also she's got a video recorder back. Look at that. So now,
telling you, Reyes, it's mechanical, not an electrical.
that's Alex right there.
Now, Alex.
Just pull that thing. That doesn't work no more, does
Looks like
it?
it might be an electrical problem.
You think?
Oh, hello.
And that's Reyes right there.
Hey, is this little fox, huh?
I'm pretty sure she'll face the right way soon.
Yes, Alicia.
Alicia.
It's my daughter.
Oh.
14 years old. And smarter
There you
than
go.
you'll ever be.
Better to see her face, isn't it?
She must get that from her father.
But look, Alex
Don't give
got
him
the
the
set of
I'll
ESC,
take a look at this.
like a keyboard key that you use to escape pages on your laptop or your computer. Right,
So I was
that's
on the log, right? Doing a spot of midnight
Grim
fishing.
with the cap.
Time to button down
That's
the
Roth right there again.
Okay.
There he is.
So I was on the log, right?
So there's Grim.
And this thing comes looming at me. Looming out of the water it was. So I give her a old Glasgow kiss, you know. Gets you out of trouble 9 times out of 10, that does. Took me a week to sleep that night off. And I've not touched a drop since. See you at dinner, Sam.
What's Roth and Reyes doing, I wonder? Oh, someone's been nosy, haven't they?
Alright, can we take
Right.
people, please?
So,
Thank you.
now, you've got Sam right there.
Dr.
Bye,
Joe
Alex.
Whitman, filler 15,
Over there.
take 3, and action.
Okay, now take a full
And the
breath.
guy
and
that's
slice him down
got
really
the
like
red
this.
t-shirt,
Yeah,
that's Jonah.
Cut!
And that's Whitman stomping off.
Is he coming back?
I'll go get him.
So that's James Whitman, that is. Just wandered off.
Discover.
The world-renowned archaeologist.
And Sam's going to have to sort him out. He's a moody sod, isn't he?
Fine, they're gonna be fine.
This damned reality TV business. I'm meant to be bringing culture to the people, Sam, not dinner. No offense, Jonah.
The audience demands content, Dr. Whitman. You know that. So until we find the Lost Kingdom, we need footage like this. Come on, let's just take it from the top, okay? We're gonna make you look like Gordon Ramsay in editing.
Do you know who Gordon Ramsay is?
Dr. James Whitman, filler 15, take 4, action.
He was
Okay,
supposed to be a
I'll
chef
take a front grip.
in a TV show.
Slicing down belly. Like that.
I've studied them so much, I can see charts on the back of my eyelids. But if I'm not right about Yamatai being in the
And there's
Giant's
Laura
Triangle-
there
Remember when you found that one of your
with
father's
Roth
days?
again.
You ran up and showed it to me dressed in your penguin pajamas.
I was 5 years old. It was my first find.
Yeah. You've got great instincts, girl. You just have to trust them.
That's what my father used to say.
Now, there was a man that ran on instinct. For better or worse. He would have been so proud of you, Lara.
We're getting closer to the storm.
Now, whatever's coming, we'll get through it, eh?
So that's the end of the recording so far. In that video recorder that Lars got.
Pull yourself together. They counted.
Right. Now then. With Gordon Ramsay I was on about. On a TV show. That was basically when you had some people in their own kitchen. Where they started to make their own business to cook food for people when they come for a restaurant, and they've started to make their business as a bit of a disaster to not quite do the cooking right or whatever, and they want some advice from Gordon Ramsay and get him to come over, and all he wants to do is to show him how they do it. And then when he sees them do it, he goes on a huff and a puff and swear a lot and bits and pieces. So then he has to go to one person when there's about 8 or 5 or 6 people that works in the kitchen doing some stuff with your food, like they in one episode where they stick a load of fish in the freezer or any specific food in the freezer far too long, it smells a bit iffy whiffy, where Gordon Ramsay has a go at that kind of thing. But yeah, that's what Gordon Ramsay TV show is all about, with all the things with food and stuff, but we're not doing that right now. Right now, as you can see on the screen right now, is that we're in another location. As you can see that there's a bit of white grey bit right over here, but also a bit darker on the left hand side of the screen a bit, which basically allows you to, when I zoom out now, that the island with a dark patchy bit right here is location unknown, as well as all of these ones a bit over around here. It's gone a bit more white for you to see it. So as I said, when you move on locations, it will spread out all over the place. Now, of course, this one right here that I'm on, with a big blob of grey lurking about, which was what you was in before, with Mountain Village, with up to 22%, which is what you'll find on the right hand side of my screen. Now when I move it up a bit to a little blob like this little bit here, now this is your new location. Alright, so now when I bring it in, it looks like this at the moment. So now this time on the right hand side, you'll see a place that is BASE whatever that spells, with APPR OACH, whatever that spells. Alright, so whatever that location place is, that's how I'm going to spell it. But you'll probably understand the spelling of what I'm on about. And this time, you're going to have to find a camp, just one camp, which is already there, for you to use your skill points, your fast travel, and your salvage. Okay. The next thing on the list is 2 relics to find in a box. And again, below that, you're going to have to find 2 GPS caches. Basically allows Lara to say, aha. If you do, grab every single one of them in every map. Alright. So like I said with the map, it will spread out all over the place with different ones around. On the right hand side, there's a different picture of a mountain village there. I'm going to drag it down here. You'll have MOUTAIN, whatever that spells, with TEMPLE, whatever that is. And so basically those are all different maps that you're in. Alright, so that's what you're looking for the GPS caches. Okay, so you have to grab every single one of them in different maps for however how many there are. When I do some recordings, even though you've had a couple of recordings so far, so that's what we get. Right, now then, a camp with the skill points once again on the left hand side, and in the middle, which is this one here, is your fast travel again, and your salvage, even though I've got 602. Right, next then is with the skill points. I'm going to go straight in there, because this time you have another new set of skill points to use this time, and you're going to have 7 of them, which is a shape of a knife. Now on this set you're going to have 2 to select this time, and also you're going to have this one that is basically allows you to not die so easily with a load of enemies that's going to try and kill you. Like you saw me in the middle of this recording, I freaking died once. So far, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. And so basically this one will allow you to stand with taking some more punishment without dying so easily. Alright, so that's what that one's for. And this one right here, which is basically allows you to get Lara to basically grab something and throw, or let's say that she picks up a rock and she grabs it and puts it around her wrist, or puts it in her palm of her hand, where she can just swing her arm and just let go of the rock, and it will smack someone in the face or in the leg or round the chest, anywhere basically. So that's what that does. Alright, and so that is where we are gonna leave it for today. And on the right hand side of my screen you'll see a TR letter, 2 letters sitting on the right hand side. You might have not seen it right now, because whenever you see the TR it says save automatically, so you don't have to do no checkpoints or nothing like that. Alright, or even using memory cards on your PS4, on your PS2s or nothing like that anymore. It's in your computer system. Right, so next time we will be doing some more. Take care.